Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's lecture, I will discuss about Angular Lifecycle Hook, and this is the most asked interview question. So, before starting this session, there is a small request from my side. Like if you are new in my channel, please subscribe my channel, like my videos so that I get more motivation to make these videos. So, okay, let's start. I'm sharing my screen and let's continue with the class. So I hope my screen is visible to you. If I open another screen, will it visible or not? No, it is not visible. Okay, I am stopped sharing and again I will share. Okay, I hope now if I share, yeah, now it's visible. So, okay, I move this downside. Okay, so before starting this Angular lifecycle hook, I just want to tell you what is component. So in Angular, component is a basic building block for an application. I make one notes also, see here. So component is the building block of our application. Whatever the code we write or whatever the logic we write, we only write inside our component only. And yeah, we will write it there only. So in component, we create some, like we do some creation thing, we do perform some rendering thing, we do some update functionality, and whatever we have created we have to destroy. So to manage these things, Angular has created a special method to perform that operation, and these special methods are known as life cycle hooks, because we use that only some instant of our application in our code. That's why we call as a life cycle hook. Like some method we call when we create something, some method call when we render something, some method we call, like some hook we call when we have to destroy something. So that is the reason we call this as a life cycle hook. Okay. So this is, and there are totally 8 types of hook. In interviews, this is the most asked question in the interviews. Like, what are the life cycle hook and how many types of hooks are present in Angular? So you say like a life cycle hook is nothing but a special method that is used in Angular application. And there are 8 types of hooks are present in Angular. First one is ngOnChange, ngOnInit, ngDoCheck, ng after content init, ng after content checked, ng after view init, ng after view checked, and the final one is ngOnDestroy. So before starting lifecycle hook, I just want to tell you about constructor, because when our application, I will share you first. I will show in my code something. See in my code here console dot log cons- constructor called. Okay. So just neglect these errors. But just I want to show you here, like whenever we load our application, the constructor is the one which load first. See here, constructor called. Whenever our application run execute, the first thing that called is constructor. That is the reason just I want to tell you about constructor. So constructor is used when we have to create the instance of the class. Like I created one component and I want to use that component into another component. Then how do we use this? So we will create a class instance in the constructor, and we will use that class inside our application. For example, I am saying you, like here I have created this search component, my booking component. These are the auth component. So if I have to use, here I take the example. Yeah, if I have to use this class, this what we can say is this search component. So here we directly define like private my srch, yeah, search, and my search component. Yeah, here by default uh, this search component got imported here, and here now if we want to use anything that are written in the search component, we can directly use here. Not just this is used for only component, but also this is used for services. Mostly we used for services, like in, okay, I'm going beyond to the topic, but I think you will get better understanding. So like whenever we do any API call, we do all the mostly API call in the service file, and that API call we have yesterday I taught you about one topic, that is observable. In observable we will fetch data from API by using observable. Now we have to subscribe that data because observable is emitting data continuously, but now I have to subscribe the data, then only I can only get in my component, then only I can show in my browser. So for that reason I have to first take the instance of that services. So in the constructor we first the thing we will make the instance of that service, and this whenever any application load, the first thing that load is only constructor. I think this is the best way to explain your constructor. So this is basically using for injecting services component. Okay, now, and don't use for DOM queries like at the rate input dependent logic or heavy initialization input, because then this if we do this thing inside the constructor, then our constructor will get heavy when our application got load. So this is all about constructor. Now I will discuss about I will discuss about uh, I will discuss about an life cycle hook. That life cycle hook is nothing but this ng on change. This is the first hook whichever called first. I write this in sequence. See, that means that whenever any whenever our Angular application run after constructor, this hook will call, then this hook will call, then this like that only. In at the end, only this hook will call. It is not like that ng do check or ng destroy will call first if we write first. This this function call only at the end of our execution of program. Okay, so I have written here in the same sequence. It will execute the code, or yeah, it will execute the code also. Now uh, I am going to discuss about this first one, ng on change. Today probably I am thinking to cover this ng on change and ng on init in this session. In the next session I will discuss about all other life cycles hook. Okay, so now when we, so basically ng on changes will called before ng on init, as I told you. But when it will called, like in our application, when any input property got changed, including the first time also, this ng on change will run, and this changes show the previous value as well as the current value. So basically it will used for to react if any input got changed, if in parent any logic got changed, in child within second, or as here the logic got changed in child, the component re-render or operation got performed, like that. And mostly we use this ng on change operation when between parent and child relationship. Like I hope you guys know about parent child relationship or child to parent relationship. If you don't know, I will try to make videos on that also. So first I will focus on writing code. So I will take help from chat gpt to write that code. So today I will discuss this constructor ng on change, ng on init, and also I will discuss about this ng on destroy, because these are more important hook in our Angular lifecycle hook. So here if any code is written, then will be more good for me. So okay, here I will check. Respond when any Angular set or reset data bound input properties. The method receives simple change object of the current and the previous property and called before ng on init. Whenever one or more data bound, here it is not given, so I will take help from ChatGPT. Okay. So here give me, first I will write the code, then I will explain you that code. Give me example of ng on change life cycle hook and write HTML code in dot HTML file. Not do not don't don't perform inline template. If you have watched my previous videos, then you know what is why I write inline template and what is the meaning of this inline template. So this is my child component. In the child component I will copy and paste this. My child component is my search component, that is basically this file. I have performed some operation in that, so just leave that thing. Here I will import this by using This at the rate input decorator is a part of Angular core, and simple changes also I have to import. Now in the child component, I will write this thing. So here I will paste. I will create one simple change. ng on change example. And here in component I will do this on changes. Okay. Now in parent component, I will call this method, and also I will write the functionality of that. Okay. This is my parent component. Yeah. Now see this application. What happened to this? Standalone. Okay, okay. Here it shows null injectable error. Here it is showing standalone. Yeah, see this error. Null injector error. No provider for search component. So basically, this application is a standalone project. So to use this search component inside our app component, we have to, but I have imported this here. Then why it shows null injector no provider for search component? I will again try to import that in our app component.ts. Yeah, here I have imported, then why? Now I think it will not show. Okay, I will ask to ChatGPT why. What is the this error means? Why I am getting this error? No provider for search component. Angular has a component and component cannot be injected. Angular has component and services component cannot be to consider. Ah, okay, okay. Since this is a Angular 19 project, so I think we cannot use this. There are some other way to inject that. Yeah, now see. Where is my input box? I did not write any input box. What happened here? ngOn change. What it will change? App child. Click on ng change. Change name. Put at the rate name. Where is the input box to change name? See, they forgot to. Now here it, I will copy and paste this.